Who would have thought I'd find myself here in the natural beauty of what is the largest sand island in the world, a place of culture, history and much more, a place where the fishing is great and the sights are breathtaking. It's all here on one of the nicest parts of the world, the island we call Fraser.
I've never really been the one who's worried, always been the one who's keeping it cool.
Pretty spectacular.
The kind of guy who chill while others hurry. I didn't know that I've been the fool. I've been telling lies about something real, but I know love is based on honesty.
It is your trip leader in India.
Yes.
Love should feel, knowing that it's not just you, it's me. 'Cause I was made to be free. I am made to be free.
Well, it was that time we had to leave Central Station. Some of us went and had a look at Central Station while others went to Eurong for another pie. And then we headed up the beach, our first proper run up the beach, past Happy Valley, off to the Maheno wreck and back to our camp for the night. We'll take you along with us and show you what we got up to for the day. Well, good morning. After 3 nights at Central Station camping, we've packed up. Now, I and Mark have come round actually to Central Station. None of the others have. Some of the boys have had to go down to Eurong to sort out a few little bits and pieces. So I've come in here with Marco, who's already off in front of me, and we're going to go and give you a look at Central Station. So we're in the car park. This is a day use only area. So you park your car and you come for a walk down through here. And we'll have a look at all the history and the details it's got to offer us. There's funnily enough, this is what I brought the crew here to see. And I think most of them are not going to come here to see it. Anyway, that is what it is. They'll all have to come back to Fraser Island and have another look. So, I won't tell you too much until I get here to read the stories, because I'll tell you the wrong thing for sure. This is Central Station. As you can see, it's quite big. And as far as I remember, before I get into reading things, it was the camp for the logging and so on. There's amenities here. So I'll be as quick as I can, guys. One small town forestry headquarters, Central Station. The Wangulba Creek Forestry Camp shifted to Central Station in 1920 to become the Forestry Department's headquarters on Gary Fraser Island. A township developed. There were 16 wooden houses, a few bark huts and some tents. Garages and tool sheds were used when servicing machinery. 20 horses were stabled here and the blacksmith repaired metal tools and towing equipment. Central Station also had a school, plant, nursery, vegetable gardens and fruit trees. So it actually goes on to say it's two schools, 3 pine plantations, a bit about the horses that did all the pulling. So yeah, there's a lot of logging on Fraser Island, as I'm sure you are aware of. And if you're not aware of it, I hope I'm making you aware of it now. So this was basically the camp and the town basically was. So there's a few more signboards here telling you about dingo information. So yeah, that's all the dingo stuff, what to do, what not to do. So it all makes sense. So yeah, come down here, have a look for yourself, because it's really worth it. But from here, there's a walk that we're going to take. So we'll go and find that, and we'll be back with you shortly. This structure here, that's echoing back, is the Central Station garage. Try and get that so the sun's not blaring on it. This was one of the first buildings constructed, all under one roof. The garage's high roof and strong beams were perfect for storing machines, repairing large engines. The lockable storeroom and mechanics workshop were at the end of the building. At one time it served as stables and seed drying shed, particularly for the carry seeds. For work and play, this large building was excellent space for dances and community festivals. Well, there you go. Dances and community festivals, guys. Anyway, we're going to do this Wangulba Creek. I really don't know how to say that. I'm going to go Wangulba Creek. So, yeah, we'll go for a walk down, have a look at that and show you what we can. This is nearly a bitumen path down this bit. We get to the boardwalk. Now this creek is so clear that you actually got to pay attention to realise there's water in it. Otherwise you're just looking at the sandy bottom. We'll get closer to it from here, but it's pretty good. Yeah, clear and pretty as that. This is a very nice creek, guys. I know it's only a creek. When I get there, you'd probably go, why is he showing us this creek? But it's a boardwalk through a completely different world. This whole place is very rainforest. So it's not bad at all. Looks like they've set up different walks now, but here's a look up the creek. Here's that. Now, as you can see, guys, the Queensland Parks have done a great job with this boardwalk. It keeps us from damaging the environment, but still get to experience it and have a good look. Just some more views down to the creek. Now, probably on camera, you probably can't even see the water, but all that sandy patch is the creek bed. But this is what you're walking around, a nice timber boardwalk. It's really very pretty. We're here relatively early in the morning. You can hear the sounds of wildlife all around us. Really is just a nice area. It's a shame that the rest of the crew had to duck off into Eurong. Got a few sculptures here. I like saying sculptures like that. What is it? They're called rainforest relics. Okay. Oh no, they're not. Yeah, the writing on the top of these sculptures is illegible now, guys. But one's a snake. I'm not sure what the other one is. The other one's... Don't know what that is. Oh, it's some leaves with trees and tree frogs and things on it. Pretty cool. You come to a little section here. We can get down close to the creek without getting in it. So that way there is where we come out of the creek walk. That way there is if you choose to hike here from the campground we were staying in. Look at this big open picnic area here. It's pretty nice. And in this way takes us back to where we started. So it's not a bad little place, guys. I think you need to come here and have a look at it. It's just a lot of history and something you wouldn't expect to find in the middle of a sand island. So come and have a look for yourselves, guys. It's really worth it. Next time you're on Fraser, or maybe the first time you're on Fraser. Finally left Central Station campgrounds and the Central Station itself. On to our next part of the adventure, where we come out onto the beach and we head north up the island. All the boys are out on the sand in front of me. So we're getting ready. Hope you can hear me. We've made it out to the Maheno wreck. We've set up camp already in various spots. We've got lined up for the obligatory photo. I'll give you a look around the Maheno wreck itself. Last time I was here I couldn't get this close to it. So I can see the tide's a little bit better this time. Either that or more sand has washed up, one or the other. Anyway, this is the Maheno. It's pretty cactus, but that's it's the thing everybody comes to Fraser Island to look at. Water's cold. But there it is, in all of what's left of its glory. Now you're not to climb around and get on this thing anymore, it's too dangerous. She's been there a long time. I'll try and throw some history up at a practical time. But that's her. And the sign here, access within 3 metres of this deteriorating shipwreck is prohibited without a permit or written approval. Shipwreck remains are collapsing. Sharp, rusty metal is hidden in the surrounding sand. Surging waves of metal fragments pose serious health risk to visitors. Serious injury or death could result from attempting to get close to the shipwreck ruins. For your safety, stay back. Take your photos and move away carefully, watching for passing traffic. So there you go. That is the Maheno. We've arrived here at Happy Valley. Now last time I was here, Happy Valley was closed and had been for a while, so I've never been in here. So go in here and have a look and see what it has to offer. That's if we don't get runded under by Jake. He's trying hard to run us over. He's changed his mind. So we'll go and see what there is to see in here. So, looks like the place. Satney Bar and Bistro. This will be where we're going. So we can see in here. This is the Happy Valley Pub. And happy people at the Happy Valley Pub. How's that? Yes, this will be on YouTube somewhere. The happy staff at the Happy Valley Pub. Now here we are. Great place to have a pub in the middle of Fraser Island. So we've got some models of some ships. What are they? All sorts of things. That was how the Maheno once looked. Doesn't look like that now, does it? Alright, well being as how we're at the pub, the only thing to do now is to have a drink and get some food. Because we're ideas men. Here's an ideas man right here.
Hello.
He's going to have a drink and some food.
Absolutely.
So that'll do for a quick look at Happy Valley. And we're going to work out what we're going to eat and all that kind of stuff right now. Well, here we are at Eli Creek. We got here in the afternoon and there's a cloud come over the sun. It's been a beautiful sunny day up till now. We've had lunch down at Happy Valley and come up here to Eli. The rest of the crew have beat me already headed up the boardwalk, so I'll get there. But this is the famous Eli Creek that everybody spends so much time at. It's a great place. Beautiful fresh water comes out of it. It's ridiculous how much fresh water comes down this creek. But just a nice place to be, particularly on a hotter day. Even though it's not like that at the moment, it's pretty good. And of course this is where everybody gets their sorted floaties out and floats down the creek. So I'll take you for a walk up the boardwalk and give you a look at that as we go. Just trying to power up this engine at the moment, guys. The challenge in itself. Anyway, we'll get there. So it's pretty well a must-do when you come to Fraser to come to Eli and experience what it's like. It's really good. Now there is an amenities block up on the hill above the boardwalk, so when nature calls, you're safe. There's all your dingo safety again, and a g'day from the local Aboriginal tribe. So we'll get you out onto this walk and let you have a look at it. Show you what we can. Let's look downstream from the bridge. We'll take you for a walk up it. And maybe for a walk back down it, we'll see. So it has a nice boardwalk, as you can see. There's the creek down there. And people doing the floaty thing. Just a really, really nice place to come and have a look at, guys. So I'm not sure what else I can show you here until I come back down, maybe. And down there in the distance, that you may or may not see, is Ryan. Maybe. He's next level. So you can probably walk down this, it doesn't look too deep. I don't think I'll be dropping into the water like you would normally do, because I haven't brought that particular camera with me that can handle that. But I dare say we'll walk down it.
Bit fresh, mate, but once you're in, it's all good.
Oh, well, that's all right. I'm going to give way to the fast-moving people on the thing here in a second.
We should have bought one of them.
You could have got a blow-up unicorn, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, this is really a pretty nice place to be walking. Even though it's a little bit windy on the coast, once you get in here amongst Eli, it's actually very pleasant. You're not in the wind. And I'm walking down the creek. It's not that deep, so it's a nice little walk. Something really good to check out, as I said earlier. It's varying from like ankle height to halfway up your thigh, so it's not too bad. And it's pretty pristine. It's all fresh water that comes out here. It's phenomenal actually what the water flow is in this creek, considering it's purely rainwater. So if I'm looking away from the camera, guys, I'm trying not to fall over. Anyway, I know you can see some of it behind me, but I'll spin this round and show you the last part as we head towards the more open section again. Because let's face it, you don't want to watch me all the time, do you? So I'll spin you around and give you a squeeze. So, walking along now, and it reminds me of a song. Because where I am right now is under the boardwalk down by the sea. That's enough singing for me, okay? Yes, a bit of stupidity here about Mudduck's four drive touring, that's what's needed. So we're going to step out at this point because it's easy to get out. The other part down where we're parked is a higher bank, so that's a rough look at Eli Creek, and we'll see you all soon.
What's your story? What's your sign? It's like we're twin flames in a different life. Deep connection lights a spark. It's like you know me in the depths of my heart. We're dreamers. Don't care what other people say. We're living like this could be our final day. We're dreamers. Don't care what the others say. We're doing this in our way. We come alive in the nighttime. It's something about how we dance in the moonlight. That look in your eyes, it tells me that you want me and all my loving. We come alive in the nighttime. You and I, we come alive. We come alive. We come alive. What's your weakness? What's your type? Somehow I wanna know all about you. Deep connection lights a spark.
Well, good afternoon. After a day of running around in the Maheno and then moving down to Happy Valley for lunch and back to Eli Creek, we've come and found our camp zone, which is in the Maheno zone. So this is what we're looking at the moment. I'll give you a squeeze. Up there in the distance, and you probably can't see very well on the GoPro, is the Maheno wreck. We are 300 metres, 400 metres south of the Maheno, and our campsite is the beachside camp in the Maheno camping zone. So I'll take you for a walk through it. And if you noticed, I've got my jumper on. It's 5 o'clock. It's a little bit breezy, and that little bit of breeze is just enough to put a good chill on it and make your life a little bit cold. So anyway, into the camping zone we go, and I'll give you a squeeze at where we are. So here's our camp, Mark and me, and we do have a bit of a shortage of sand pegs, so having to rig things up a little bit on the rough, but That'll do, be home for tonight. Know how well you can see in there. That's home for tonight. Pretty cosy. Back of the ute, living in the back of the ute. Over here we have Al and Leanne's set up for the night. So they look like they should be comfortable. And we're over here, we have the rest of the crew. Now the rest of the crew have disappeared up that bloody dune because they're nuts, huh? Anyway, they're up there. So we got Lockie set up right next to Jake and Jordan set up. Jordan's the only not stupid one, she's still down here. Yeah. And then of course Ryan set up. So that's how we're looking at the present time. It's a beautiful spot and we're going to enjoy the rest of the evening just looking at the ocean and all that kind of exciting stuff. And speaking of exciting stuff, Jake has made it back down.
Yes.
From up there.
I never got up.
You never got up?
I chickened out halfway through.
Oh dear. Well, looking at the camera, you can see the very gorgeous Jordan and Jake, who's pretty gorgeous himself, really. I just thought I'd have a quick couple of minutes with them while we're at camp and see what they're thinking so far. So, Jordan, is this your first time to Fraser?
Yeah, it is.
And how have you enjoyed it so far?
Good. It wasn't what I was expecting, a bit better, which is good. I tried to do my research before I came.
Yep.
But yeah, it's just a lot better than what you could ever think of.
Cool. And what about you, Jake? First time, not first time?
Yeah, it's my first time. Kind of the same thing. It's nothing like there is near Sydney and New South Wales. It's completely like you're entering a completely different universe over here.
Certainly not. And I know we haven't covered the whole island yet. There's a lot more to see, and I hope you enjoy it. But what's been the highlight, and what have you thought of it so far? Generally, I know you've liked it, but what have you liked better than anything else?
I like the sunlight and when it's warm.
Yes.
So Eli Creek was good today.
Lake Mackenzie was really good.
Yeah.
Like, it was really cool how it was changing colours in the sunlight. Like I was watching it change as the sun came out from behind the clouds.
It is a beautiful lake. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
and even just driving on the beach is just a completely different thing. It's really awesome.
like a highway, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. So what are you hoping to get out of this trip? And is your trip leader an idiot?
Yes. What are we trying to get out of this trip?
It's kind of just our first big getaway, so just to see, because obviously we want to do it more often, so kind of just a test to see how everything works and hopefully be able to do it again in the future. And you can kit out a car as much as you like before you go, but you'll never know until you actually use it. So I think that's the main goal of this, is to actually get out there and use the car that it's meant to be for. And yeah.
On that, how's it all going so far? You've had 4 or 5 nights in it now, so how's it going?
It's going good so far. I've actually, when I went on a trip in January, I just had a swag and just a bunch of random stuff in the tub. It was not good. It was really hard. But this is definitely a big improvement. There's only a few little things I'd like to change, but neither here nor there, just like a bit of extra lighting and that. But it's actually been surprisingly very, very good.
Nice. And the nav's going good?
It has been going good. And yeah, I've had no problem so far. There was a little bit of a soot coming out of one of the pipes, but let's fix that when I get home. No biggie.
Okay. All good. Well, as I said, I'm not going to make this a long, boring interview. So have you got any last thoughts about what you'd like to see? What do you think's coming up? Because I know it's coming up. What are you expecting to see? Or are you just going to go with the flow?
I have no idea what's coming up, because it's actually surprised me so far. Like just like pulling up at Lake Mackenzie, I was like, wow. So I honestly I'm very keen to see what's in store now.
Okay. And what did you think about the fact that on the island we were in the rainforest area for like 3 days?
Yeah, it's so different to where we are right now.
Yeah.
We're going to see the full sunlight. Won't be as chilly, I reckon.
But it's
a bit more windier.
It's crazy how you can get that all on one island. Like you can just drive 30 minutes and it's like you're in a rainforest, and then here you're on the beach.
Yeah.
It's tons of variety.
Yeah, variety is hardcore.
Cool. All right, so it's living up to your expectations so far?
Definitely, yes.
Awesome.
All right, well, I won't bore you and everybody else with any more of this. Thanks very much for spending a little bit of time.
No worries.
And, of course, we'll see more of Jordan and Jake on the trip as we go.
Yeah.
Well, that's very close to the end of this clip. As you can see, we got to camp. Had a very nice camp on the beach. Just sat there and watched the sunset and the passing traffic. Had a nice chat with each other as you do. And just spent a very pleasant evening to the sound of the waves and all the usual stuff you expect at a beach camp. So I'm just going to leave you now at the end of this bit with the sun setting and all of us and all that kind of exciting stuff. Hope you guys have enjoyed the clip and the series so far. If you did like it, put a like on it. It really helps the channel. If you're new here, consider subscribing. If you do subscribe, click the notification bell. You'll know when a new clip comes up every week. And if you hold hands, thanks as always for taking the time out of your day to watch one of my clips. And we will no doubt, if we're lucky, see you next week for part 5 of the Fraser Island adventure. Like I said, I really do hope you're enjoying these clips, guys. Thanks again. All the best from Steve Kaz at Mudduck's 4-Wheel Drive Touring. And of course, also from Ryan and his crew at Next Level Adventures, who were a big part of this trip as you've seen so far. Cheers, guys. All the best. Just get out there, enjoy the bush, and we will see you next week.
We come alive.